freedom. Always jumping through. I'm so tangled, I'm so worthy. I'm just lost in my reflection. Pay attention. You never will. I will overanalyze and fall victim. Caught up in this perfection, pay attention, yeah, you never will. 'Cause you depend, so you always will. If you arrest yourself again, I'll help you clean up the mess. I wonder if you ever did, yeah. I wonder if you ever did like I did. I wonder if you ever did, yeah. I wonder if you ever did like I did. Just wanna be free, yeah. Free, yeah. Free, yeah. Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Do you need anything like I need you? change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't wanna hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Can I make something good out of this? Can I make something good out of this? Chances are you will not be missed, 'cause you don't give a shit. Can I make something good out of this? Let's go. Dude, Sunday night. How we doing? Who more? Hey, you could be late, you could be true, you could be underneath my shoe. Sometimes you're the only one who's strong. And I'll be devastated if I'm wrong. I am the one you love to hate, but you cannot devastate. It will be interesting, I'm sure, 'cause I want more. I want more. I want more. More from you, yeah, more. I want more. I want more from you, yeah, more. Yeah, yeah. More from you, yeah, more. More from you, yeah, more. I want more. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, more, 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 more. I want more. Let's go! Woo! Yo ho, let's go. Yes, dude, I saw that Trump won another golf tournament. And we're going to look at some shit that's funny, guys. Okay? Because he is now, Donald Trump has won multiple golf tournaments when at his home course on his events. And yet, every time he's done a tournament on an outside course, dude, he's literally come in like last place. So yes, we're gonna take a look at this totally true, absolutely like verified happening of this guy being, you know, the top golfer. He's number one like 𝗙𝗏𝗏 is number one, right? Dude, remember when she did that fucking when she like bought her way onto that pro tournament and she literally got last place by like 20 strokes. Oh, dude, let's just get right in, shall we? Shall we dig right in? We'll just dispatch with the pleasantries, and we're gonna get right in here with the nar. I want to start by looking at 𝗙𝗏𝗏, right? Let's go back to her fucking, there it is. Her LPGA debut. 18-year-old 𝗙𝗏𝗏 shot a 13 over. Dude. Now again, guys, there's nothing wrong with shooting a 13 over. What there's wrong is you being a 13 over golfer that gets into a pro tournament because your daddy and your grandpa like leverage your way to get in there. So you go in there and you get last place. Like, dude, remember that? Oh my God, right? She officially became a Trump today. She got into something she didn't deserve to be in. She only secured it because of family, name, and money. And then she did worse than everybody else. Meanwhile, the people who got her into this tournament to get last place that she didn't deserve to be in, those people have been waging a nationwide campaign against DEI and people that are getting things they don't deserve. Oh,
Yo, Trumpy, what up? Yeah, no, I'm a little curious. I'm a little curious about your whole DEI wave. You know, the whole, oh, yeah, you didn't deserve that thing, but you got it anyway because, you know, DEI. And I'm wondering if any of that applies to your gnarly little granddaughter when you fucking juice her into these pro tournaments and she comes in last place because much like the rest of your family, she didn't deserve to be there. Hello? Hello? Trumpy? Oh, I thought you hung up on me. Oh, you were looking for your little mushroom tip and you dropped the phone. Okay, that explains it. Yeah, just get yourself some baby oil and dig around in the folds down there. Maybe call in Melania or Kai to help you out, dude. It's in there somewhere. All right? It is. Dude, a couple people have seen it. It's pretty ugly, though. Brace yourself for when you find it, all right? All right, fuck you. Bye-bye. All right. Dude. All right, so he's going to be busy for the rest of the night, which is good because, you know, we won't have to see any of his tweets. He's going to be busy in the folds. Dude, let's go. Oh, dude, I am on one. All right? I am, guys, let me just tell you, I am on one. Bro, I have been, like, ravaging the internet, and we're gonna see some of that later. But all right, so yeah, let's look at the Trump golf tournament because this is something. Okay, this is something. Let me see what I saved here. Okay, all right. So I know where to find it. It is on my page. Actually, I retweeted it. Okay, so it was something that 𝗙𝗍𝗆𝗆𝗆 tweeted earlier today. Dude, this shit is good. Okay, so here it is. So this is his 43rd club championship today that he's won at one of his courses. Now, as you can see, look at the people packing it in. Oh my God. All right, so we're going to get into this. But I do want to start before we get into Trump's thing. Rigged? Yeah, definitely. I do want to give you a brief show overview to let you know what we have today. All right, just to catch you up on the day. First off, the Mariners won, and what a crazy game. Okay, they were up 6-0 in the 7th inning, and dude, it should have been easy. They were killing the Twins. And then what happened in the 8th inning? In the 8th inning, the same pitcher who cost them Game 7 of the American League Championship Series, that same pitcher threw a 2-run homer and got the Twins back in the game. Then they called in a reliever who hit a 3-run homer. So then they went into the 9th inning, 1 run down. It was 6-5. Then in the top of the 9th, they tied it with a homer. So it was 6-6. After being 6-0 in the top of the 8th, bro. And then the Mariners walked it off. All right, so the Mariners won. In fact, guys, you know how I told you that Jenny, when she makes omelets, the Mariners often win? Without me even asking her, after I told her the chaos and how it was 6-5 and that pitcher caved, dude, Jenny made an omelet. She came in and made a 9th inning omelet to like save the Mariners, and it worked. Okay, so the Mariners won. That was for starters. Now here's what we're looking at today. Okay, today we're gonna cover this. Thank you to Jenny, dude. Let's get a round of applause for Jenny. Right? I don't smoke weed, boss. I've been sober 19 years. All right. So here's what we got. We're going to look at Trump and his dismal golf course record and just the pathetic loserism that is him. We are going to look at Andrew Tate because his lawyer was maybe issuing a veiled threat to Marco Rubio's kid, and or like, I don't know what's going on with them, but that's getting weird. Okay, that is getting weird on the heels of Rubio also being weird. Because Rubio's basically saying, if you say anything bad about Israel, you can't come to America. Dude, that's getting bizarre. All right. Then we are going to look, of course, at Sophie Cunningham because they had their big protest in Minneapolis, and Cheryl Reeve, who we watched the video yesterday or the other day, Cheryl Reeve showed up with the nice Trans Kids Belong shirt, and they destroyed the Fever. Sophie Cunningham was on the floor for 23 minutes, and she made one basket. They gutted them. And they had Riley Gaines. They flew in all the big guns for this thing. And you were at the game. Let's go. It was a disaster for them. Okay. They got their asses handed to them in every way, shape, and form. It was beautiful to watch. So we're going to look at that. And then we're going to look at the DSA. There's some polls came out about the DSA that are incredible. Okay. And so we're going to look at that. And then if we have time, we're going to look at Bill Maher. And dude, this is crazy. Yeah, man. The Minneapolis thing, guys, was like really special to me, as we'll see when we get into it. It was. That win was real special. And in fact, Caitlin Clark talked at the end too. Everybody's mad at her because she's not going to be, you know, I think they thought Caitlin Clark was a bigot. But Caitlin Clark is not a bigot, man. She's not. Like, I think she's pretty woke, actually. So, yeah, we're going to look into all this shit. But we're going to start here with Trump's little golf tournament. All right? Yeah, dude. Dude, she is amazing, dude. Caitlin Clark, she's not going to be a Sophie Cunningham, man. You know? She's not. Dude, Caitlin Clark is way better than that. But, dude, yeah, that game. Crazy. You know, right? Crazy. Clark walked out with Morgan Wallen, though. Yeah, but like, I mean, dude, you can't really put all the stock in that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I love the fucking, you know, the Seattle Mariners. And, you know, if I got a chance to have one of the Seattle Mariners come hang out with me at an event, I would do it because I love the team, even though I know that that person's politics most certainly suck, you know? So it's like, there is wiggle room in there. You know what I'm saying? There is wiggle room in there, you know? I mean, nobody's going to be fucking perfect, you know? You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to be perfect. I don't know. I don't hold people to perfect standards. I don't judge people when they want to, but we all choose like who and how we protest, you know? And I think that, you know, I give people the benefit of the doubt. I put it more on what they say, you know, like if she married Morgan Wallen, then I think I'd be like, huh, that's interesting. Or if she like started a business with him, you know, then I'd be like, you know. But it's possible though that like, you know, that he's a star that she really admired. You know what I'm saying? And maybe she admired him before everything was so divisive in her world. Though, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just don't. I mean, you're allowed to think what you want, but I don't get too crazy about that shit. You know, I think you have to look at the grand scheme of things. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've in my lifetime, I have dated plenty of non-woke girls. All right. I have. I've dated a lot of woke girls too, but I've dated plenty of non-woke ones as well. It's just, you know what I'm saying? You do still? Yeah. I think if it's like, if it becomes a pattern, I judge people, you know, I don't know. I don't get too crazy about that shit. You know, it also, I'll be honest, for me, you ready? I'm going to admit something that you may not like this, but it kind of depends on how I feel about the person, right? If I like the person, I give them wiggle room. And if I don't like the person, I don't give them any wiggle room. I mean, I'll be honest enough to be that, like, that's how I do it. There's not really a consistent, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I really like someone, I give them a little more wiggle room than if I don't like them. You know? I mean, I know that's shitty, but it's true. I allow my bias to enter in there. You're pretty woke, but your husband isn't. Should you divorce him? You know what I'm saying? Dude. Right? Oh, shit. There's nothing but MAGA dudes around you, haven't dated in a long time. That sucks. Oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I mean, it's just, it can sometimes be a little arbitrary for me. It is. I mean, at least I'm honest about it, okay? At least I'm honest about it. Like, I do allow personal feelings. Dude, Elf, let's go! Said, my favorite hockey player is Mike Modano, and he's conservative, but I'd love to hang out with him. Yeah, let's go. Let's go, baby. Dude, fuck Morgan Wallen, though, right? And I'll tell you this. You know, if I ever spend time with Caitlin Clark, I'm going to say, you know, Caitlin, I love you. I think you're great. You keep doing what you're doing, but fuck Morgan Wallen, all right? Say it with me. We're going to record a TikTok real quick. Say it with me. Come on, Caitlin. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Fuck Morgan Wallen. That's what I'll do, okay? If I ever meet her, I'm going to get her to say that. I'm going to be like, you know, my community, we have this little inside joke. You got to do this with me. Dude, what would you give me if I brought a video home like that of me and Caitlin Clark saying, fuck Morgan Wallen together? Dude, I bet I could pull it off. I swear to you, I bet I could pull it off, boss. I'm pretty good at that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I'm pretty good at getting people to, like, go on adventures with me, boss. I believe in myself. Oh, let's go. Dude. Oh, shit. Most Gen X dudes are MAGA. Yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, okay? Me, okay? I'm not an example because I am the exception, but people like me are the biggest enemies of all progress. Gen X men, overwhelmingly, my age group, my group of humans are the worst. They are. They voted for Trump overwhelmingly. They abuse women overwhelmingly. You're going to see later, we're going to look at these DSA polls, and they are, like, against, like, social advancement overwhelmingly. Yeah, it's really bad. I guess, see, I thought a lot of my generation got through the wall, but now I realize it's really the millennials. It's really the millennials that broke it all open, and just a handful of us, okay? Some of us made it through, okay? Some of us. I think, you know what I really think it comes down to, guys? You ready? I have a theory. It comes down to capitalism, okay? Some of my generation were like, fuck capitalism. I'm going to fucking just do the work I love. I'm going to be an artist. I'm going to fucking live a life of whatever, surfing. I'm just going to fucking have a life I enjoy and forget this shit. And it's like we broke through. And then I think the guys of my generation who bought into the capitalism and the Wolf of Wall Street shit, and you got a hoard and you get money and power, and that's how you get a woman, by having money and power and a nice car and she's your trophy. I think those guys ended up going all wrong, okay? They did. The people that became greedy and status oriented and trophy wife and fucking car and the $1 million home, those guys are still making bad decisions. But some of us that chose the artistic route and broke through the wall and shit, I think we changed, you know? But it's all good, dude. Dude, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. All right, you ready? You ready to get in? I'm ready to get in. Let me start that dance party goal. Dude, I love it. So who does Modano, who does he play for? Modano. Is he a Blackhawk? We have changed? Dude, there's a lot of... All right. Gen X male, never Trumper from Idaho here. Let's go. You have to keep the volume down. That's funny. Dude, let's go. All right. Oh, yeah. Dance party goal. Oh, it's down here. I keep looking for it up there. All right, here we go. Dance party. Dude, I'm ready to grind it. If you can't find it, grind it. Pretty sure my age bracket, millennials are the most progressive individuals and we don't give a fuck. Yeah, no, the millennials came through, man. Millennials dead. I mean, the millennials are the people that were like, they really broke through. Do you think there will be a Glitch McConnell sighting tomorrow? No, I think Mitch is dead, guys. I think Mitch is dead or incapacitated. And I think that's going to come out in the next week. All right, you ready? Let's get into the Trump fucking golf thing. It says here, 43rd club championship today. Now, the first thing I notice about this, guys, is there's like nobody there. Look at this. Look at this sparse crowd to see Trump get his big win. There's like 8 people there. Dude, I couldn't tell if this was a crowd or a Sophie Cunningham protest, right? I mean, they didn't have any signs, but it seems like the same number of people. Every time I see a group of like 7 people, I'm like, oh, that must be a MAGA protest, right? They must be protesting or they're here to speak to the manager. Dude, Stephanie, I might crash early, but dance with me in my dreams. I got you, boss. All right, here we go. Here we go, baby. Here we go.
Please join me in congratulating the President of the United States on winning the Super Senior and the Senior Division with a great score of 70.
He won both. That's amazing. Best president of my lifetime. He won. And look at John Panther stalking him. John, get away from me, please, John Panther. Snaggletooth, get away from him, Snaggletooth.
Dude,
please join me.
He won both. What? Oh my God, they had like the senior and the super senior. He does a golf tournament at his own club, and then he wins all the trophies. Oh my God. Bro, come on. What are we watching here? He's got the 2 trophies, and there's like 5 people clapping. Oh, this guy on the phone. Oh, the best president. The best. I'm going to go jerk off to this video. As soon as we're done, I'm going to go into the men's locker room. I'm going to rub one out with fucking Trump. Oh, with my Trump hand. Dude, I want to get one of those Trump hand towels. That is pretty sad, guys. It is, I believe though, this was the Epstein Open. You'll correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it is the Epstein Open that happened today, which is a pretty important tournament. Dude, there's a free Adobe subscription with every round, you know, so you can open up those PDFs in style. Let's go, dude. Deja vu, baby. Katie Mullins. Let's go. Thank you, boss. Let's fucking go, baby. Oh, yes. Let's go. Oh, shit. Dude, Elf said, crazy thing is my parents were boomers and they were progressive AF. Dude, that's pretty rare. But there were some, right? I know there were some because I remember watching Family Ties in the 80s. And in Family Ties, the parents were very progressive. Dad worked at a public TV station. Mother worked in marketing and graphic design. And they were both ex-hippies. And they were like super educated and super liberal. And that was a real, that's how I was like, oh shit. My parents were not like that. I mean, my parents were liberal to a degree about certain things. They were like working class liberal and like socially, fucking conservative, right? They were like, sex degenerate alcoholic conservatives, right? They didn't hide anything. Like that's kind of one of the differences, right? I mean, it's true, guys. If you look at it, conservative families tend to hide shit, okay? There will be like gay kids, there will be sex scandals, there will be family problems, but they hide it and they pretend like none of it's happening and it festers and evolves in this crazy open wound. Liberal families are more like, we're going through this problem, let's sit the family down, let's figure this shit out and fucking discuss what's going on here. That is something that is very noticeable. Now, my parents were conservative. They were like, I don't think, I have a half brother who I think was gay, but he could not be open, okay? Right? Even though they could be accepting of other people having gay kids, I don't think, if my half brother had come out as gay, I don't think it would have been a safe environment for him around my dad, right? In close proximity. But they didn't mind other people's kids being gay. And they didn't, my dad didn't say homophobic shit. He was like that. But they were, our family stuff was very out in the open. Nothing was hidden. I know I've said before, but my father was a jazz trumpet player. My mom was a librarian vocalist. Let's go. Dude, that's crazy though, Elf. It is crazy to have a father who is a jazz trumpet player and you have a family that made a lot of money. That's really wild. You know what I'm saying? Because all the jazz trumpet players I ever knew in my life were heroin addicts that ended up touring, with some crazy fucking bands. You know what I mean? Right? Jenny says, I think whether you hide stuff is more of a class thing than a Republican Democrat thing. Oh yeah, that could be, Jenny. Absolutely. That's true. It definitely crosses class lines too, for sure. For sure. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Dude, let's go. Stephanie said that was for all you punks. Let's dance in my dreams. Let's go, Stephanie. We will. Dude, Beard said, hey, Tommy, going to New York City next week like you. Let's go. Yes, I'm going in 2 weeks. It's going to be amazing. I love that you're going. All right. So Trump, dude. Crazy. So yeah, let's see if we got more videos here on Trump Golf. The Trump Golf Classic. Okay. Here it is. You ready? Oh shit. So here's what it says on Fox News, dude. Frowo, Pine Box. Let's go. It says, it's called Talent and I Have It and They Don't. POTUS celebrated a club championship win at Trump National Club in Bedminster, New Jersey. The president said he shot a 2 under 70 to win his 40th championship. Unlike the rest of the field, I'm given very little time to practice because I'm focused on many other things, Trump wrote on Truth Social. Oh my God, dude. So this is our big shot. They did his one good shot. Dude, got any videos for you? Yes, I do. There you go. There you go, babe. It's loading in right now because you got the one from this morning. So yes, it's loading in right now. Yeah. Sorry. So right, that's his supposedly big shot. Let's pop over to Truth Social, shall we? Dude, this guy. Where'd he post about it? Real Donald Trump Jr. Real Donald Trump, sorry. Not Junior. Not Junior. Oh my, dude, what the fuck, bro? Dude, why do we have a president who posts these weird fucking AI pictures of him as though he ever looked good? Dude, what a fucking weirdo, bro. He's so gross. He is so gross. Dude, I don't see a post. No, that's about the fake war. Oh, here it is. All right, here it is. Dude, look at this. He's got a video of the winning shot. Dude, there's no image, guys. Look at this. It says the winning shot in the Bedminster Club Championship. Thank you very much to all those who participated. I won with a score of 70 and am so honored in that. Unlike the rest of the field, I'm given very little time to practice because I'm focused on many other things. It's called talent, and I have it, and they don't. Dude, what a fucking loser, bro. Like, the president of the United States cheats in a golf tournament, and then he, like, brags after he cheats. And look at the video, guys. Dude, what is that video? There's no crowd noise. There's no sound of a ball going into a cup. Like, what the fuck is this video? Does anyone even mention the video? Dude, everybody's just, there's just bots under here leaving things about Malay and fucking about fucking like radical Islam. Dude, what in the bot? Like, nobody is even replying to this shit. Look at this. Look at this social media thing. It is literally just people, like, botting underneath it with pictures of, like, Charlie Kirk and shit. Right? Nobody's replying to the golf shot, dude. Dude. What the fuck, bro? Nobody even replied to this shit. Isn't that wild? What are we doing? Okay, but guys, there's juice on this. All right, you ready? There is juice on this because check this out. Okay? Check out what we got here. You ready? Reminder. The only time Trump played a golf tournament where he couldn't cheat, the American Century Celebrity Club Tournament in 2006. He shot 52 over par, guys. He finished in 62nd place out of 80 celebrities, and then he went and cheated on his wife with Stormy Daniels. Look at that, guys. That is this day, guys. That's the day he took this photograph. Remember, this is at the Celebrity Club tournament in 2006. There he is. He went to the tournament. There's a link here too. Look at this. Okay, hold on. I gotta turn my ad blocker off for a sec here. All right, and here it is. It's the American Century Championships in 2006. Okay, and what is par? So I guess it is, what is it? It's a par 3. So it's 36, 36. So, all right. So par 36, 36. So it's 36 per? No. Wait, it's got 3 numbers. Oh, 72. Okay. Yeah, it's 3 rounds. All right. So the par is 72. Okay. Oh, 72 per. No, that's what it is. Okay. It's a par 72. So it is. Wait, now I'm confused. Oh, yeah. So it should be, is it 210, 216 is par? Is that it? Let's go find Trump here. Yeah, 2 is 72 per, okay? It is 72 per, so it should be for three rounds, right? This is for 3 of them would be 72 for 18 holes. Yes. Right. So what it is it's 3 rounds of this. It should be 216 is par, right? 210, 216 is par. All right. So this guy was 3 under. Jack Wagner's the guy who won, right? Dude, you never learn how golf scoring works? Yeah, no, it depends on the par of the course. Like we used to do par 3s, which were, you play 9 holes and it's 27 as par. But like as a kid, I was never shooting at 27. I just got confused by the low score here of the fucking, right? I got confused by the 3 breakdown down here. Last time you played golf, you shot a 9 over on an 82 par course. Dude, that's pretty good actually, if you don't golf a lot. But anyway, so 216 is par. So the winner was 3 under, okay? And then Trump was all the way down here. Where was Trump, dude? He was in 67th, 62nd place, dude. Dude, oh, look at that, bro. Dude, 268. All right, 268 instead of 216. So 52 over. Oh my God. And he literally, there were only 80 people. That's crazy, dude. Look at that shit, bro. Oh my God. Dude, who beat him? Let's see who beat him. Dude, Ray Romano beat him. Dude, Mike Shanahan, it looks like he tied him. All right. Dude, C. Thomas Howell beat him. Bodie Miller. Jim McMahon kicked his ass. Dude, Ben Roethlisberger fucking beat his ass. Holy shit, dude. Marcus Allen decimated him. Dude, Dan Quayle even beat his ass. Oh my God. Dude, Carson Palmer. Dude, oh my God, dude. Drew Brees. Dude, Maury Povich. Dude, Maury fucking Povich like slammed Trump on the golf tournament, boss. Oh my God, dude. That is crazy. Dude, he lost to Maury Povich. Oh, shit. Peter Dinklage? You like that? You like the Dinkle? Jesus, dude. That is wild. So yeah, so he got slammed. Let's get the Banff dance. Let's go. Dude, we need some Banff. Bro, we do. We need more Banff in our life. All right, we're going to hunker down and nail that in a minute. That is funny, guys. Okay? This is supposedly the winning shot. But, dude, this is the shot that supposedly is the winning shot. Well, like, dude, it didn't even go in the cup. What is he even talking about? How is that the winning shot? And why did that ball stop like that, bro? Dude, what are we talking about? Oh my God. So you ready? Here's a good one though. This is a good one of Trump golfing. Watch this one. Watch this one. See his caddy? See his caddy there looking for the ball? Watch this guy throw the ball out right there. Because Trump was in the rough. You see that? That's how Trump golfs right there. Do you see that, guys? There it is. That is how Trump plays golf. Always. He is a notorious cheater, guys. He is a notorious cheater. Okay? You ready? And then here's another one. Caddy dropping a ball. Okay, this was last year at the men's senior club championships. And I believe Trump won this one too, but this is from last year. All right, here we go. Watch this. Caddy throws a ball down for Trump. Dude, what the fuck, bro? Come on, dude. Dude, is that I think that's Natalie Harp. Yo, dude, Trumpy's looking good, boss. Look at him. Jesus. Looking good. Right? All right. Dude, no, I want to find the other one though. Ready? Hold on. Let me find the other one. Let me find this real quick, guys. Yeah, dude, he is such a scammer. I'm going to show you a real shot of Trump golfing. All right, here we go. Here's one of Trump. Ready? Watch this one. Dude. Right? He missed like a fucking 10-inch putt, bro. Look at that shit. That shit is like, dude, 7 inches. That's our club champion right there. Oh, Lord, dude. Jesus. Isn't that funny? Like, bro, he just can't do it. There's another one, too, of Trump shooting that I don't know where it is. There's another good one, but there's the big club championship, dude. Dude, people with AI are fucking going nuts, bro. Look at what they're doing look at the AI, how they fucking taken Natalie Harp and juiced her up. But look at Trump, dude. They made him like 100 pounds lighter in that shot, dude. Dude, where's the one of the fucking... There's a good one of him just slicing the ball. Oh, I don't know where it is now. It's not coming up. Dude, he's not good. Oh my God. And again though, this century, okay, this century championship from 2006, it was a celebrity golf tournament. Lake Tahoe, Trump goes there. He fucking crashes out, finishes almost at the very end of this thing, 52 over par, terrible results. This guy is like not a good golfer. And then afterwards, he talked his way up to Stormy Daniels' hotel room. He lied to her about The Apprentice, making it seem like if she slept with him, he was going to get her into The Apprentice, get her on the show, even though he did not have executive producer power to even make that happen. So he dangled The Apprentice in front of her to get her to have sex with him. And then he went home to his pregnant wife, right? And all of that, just loser. Loser. Jesus. All right, you ready? Hold on. Oh, I found it. I found the other one, guys. I knew I had it in my bookmarks. You ready? All right, watch this. This is Trump golfing. There he is. Watch this. Just a downhill shot straight to the pin. Dude, there it is. Downhill chip shot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, dude, that's like a pitching wedge, like a half shot, and just let it roll, dude. Look at him. Dude. Let's go, Trumpy. This guy is clearly a 43-time champ. Oh, the club champ, Donald Trump, dude. Oh, my God. Dude, that, like, I'm not even that good at golfing, but, like, come on, man. We can all make that. All right, guys, we got 4 minutes. We need 18 and 4, baby. Let's giddy up. It's time to secure the dance party. Dude, 18 away, guys. We are 18 away. If I missed any, Elf said, FYI, the reason my parents saved a lot of money is because we ate like peasants for the majority of my life, and I do the same now. Let's go. Let's go, boss. My dog is a bigger BAMF than DJT. Let's go. Yeah, but they had to make some money, right? You know what I'm saying? Even if you eat like peasants, you can't like save millions unless you make millions, right? You know? I mean, I suppose you could make a couple million and then invest it and turn it into many millions. He needs a teacher. He does. But dude, did your dad play jazz trumpet for like orchestras and shit? Or was he playing on like, you know, pop records and stuff? Golf is stupidly difficult. It can be. I mean, golf is like, reminds me a lot of tennis. Okay. Golf is like a fucking, you know, you gotta let it happen sport. Dude, lady balls, let's go. Lady B. Dude, golf. I didn't like it because I just thought it was boring. My dad was obsessed with golf, and so he took me as a kid, and he made me go with him. He got me a little golf club set that had my name on it, but I hated golf. I just went because I wanted to hang out with him, but then he was such a bastard when we'd go. Dude, Ozzy, let's go shrimp up the bobby. Let's go 2 minutes, guys. 16 and 2, baby. Yeah, dude, my dad would go and he'd try to teach me and I didn't want to learn, and then he'd get mad and then he'd play bad and then he'd throw his club around and like scream at me and shit. And then I'd cry and be like, dude, I didn't want to fucking do this fucking stupid sport anyway. Like, why are you yelling at me? Right? But you know what I mean? But I liked the more action-packed sports, right? But, you know, the other thing, though, guys, 130, let's go, guys. We are 16 away, baby. The other thing about golf, though, guys, is, dude, Jason's Australiana. Let's go 15. It is shrimp on the bobby. It is notoriously racist, guys. Okay? Golf is a very racist, it is like coded. Okay? It is the most racist sport out there. If you know the history of it, oh my God, I made a video about this, guys. If you go back and you click on my videos and you go to the oldest, you go back in the first month or two of this stream, I made a video about golf because it is so racist. All of those golf clubs, those PGA Tour golf clubs down in the South, the really big ones, they literally had all black caddies carrying the clubs for all white golfers. Okay, black guys were not allowed to golf on the course. My dad played with Wynton Marsalis and Chicago Symphony. There you go. Let's go, Alf. Dude, that's amazing. My dad did the same thing, but with soccer, forcing me to play. Dude, that's crazy, Sumi. Let's go, guys. 13. So there were no black people allowed in these courses unless you were a caddy, and all the caddies were black. And it was that way even on the PGA tours. Okay, this is into the 70s, guys. Okay, even into the 70s, every PGA tour, like Augusta, was white golfers exclusively and all black caddies. And that's the way it always was. Dude, the black guys were the caddies carrying golf clubs for the white golfers. And yet, the caddies were the ones who had all the information about the course and the grass. And like, right, the caddies were like 50% of why these guys were winning their fucking tournaments. Dude, it's crazy. All right, so we're 13 away. We're going to reset it. Let's go. Good effort on that first round, dude. I'm sorry, I got caught up. So we need 13. Tried in 15 minutes. Let's fucking go, baby. We got this. Giddy up. Dude, yeah. That is wild. Dude, there we go. We are so tired of Trump. The rest of us are so tired. Yes, Canal. Dude, I hear you, boss. I fucking hear you. Like, we're all tired. All right. So, yeah, Trump's golf tournament. Dude, he is terrible at golf. Dude, isn't that wild? What a hoser, bro. I can't believe he said that. It's called talent, and I have it, and they don't. Like, what a fucking... Right? Dude, what a fucking, like, bullshit. Right? Dude, you notice Trump only wins on his golf courses. Everyone knows it's all fake. He lies about the number of strokes it took, and everyone lets him do it because they're psycho fans. Why doesn't Trump play at other golf courses? I think there should be an independent scorekeeper as well. Trump will never do it because he knows he's a fake. Everything about him is fake. His whole image is made up of bullshit. Wow, what a horrible legacy you leave behind. Even in your own golf courses, they laugh behind your back and make fun of you. You stand up there and act like you really accomplished something when in fact it's all fake and we know it. And he's standing there with the 2 trophies, dude. Dude, he won both trophies. Dude, Elf, my grandma loved golf and her favorite player was Tiger Woods, so she was born in Scotland. And she was born in Scotland. Let's go, dude. Tiger Woods is like maybe gonna be Kai Trump's stepdaddy. Dude, tell me I stayed up late so I can watch you. Let's go, Beard. All right, so obviously the fucking, the thing's not working. Hold on. We're gonna remove the gold. We got 3 though, so now we just need 10. Hold on. Let me fix this. I'm gonna get our goal thing working again. All right, let me reset and fucking refresh the windows. Sometimes if you don't refresh, it doesn't give the goods. All right, you ready? We're going to refresh. We're going to reset it. Now we need 10, baby. And I got that counted all of the ones since the timer ran out. All right, there we go. 10. There it is. There it is. Let's go. Giddy up, giddy up. Dude, 𝗏𝗡𝗋𝗄𝗎 was a good movie. All right. It was. 𝗏𝗡𝗋𝗋 was a good movie, boss. I remember one time I took like a week out of my life. I used to do that sometimes. Dude, nerdy black woman, let's go. Going back to sleep soon. Dance extra joyfully. I will be dreaming of that pine box. Looking forward to your daytime streams. Let's go, nerdy. We got you, boss. Thank you so much. All right, 9 away. So anyway, when I was a partier, okay, when I was a fucking drug user, I used to have a methodology that I would use. Dude, glad golf talk is done. I left and came back. Let's go. So I had a methodology that I would use where every once in a while I would escape from my life and I would go and hang out with a girl at a house or somewhere that was like, you know, an apartment that was like where none of my friends hung out. And I would go and I would spend like 2 or 3 days or a week there. Or sometimes I would get a hotel room in Hollywood and I would just get like out of, you know, my life for a while and take some days off work and go and just party in a, you know, hotel or some other location. And so I had an experience here in Portland where I was seeing this girl that had an apartment and we got together for like 4 days and we watched 𝗏𝗡𝗋𝗄𝗎. Like we did drugs and watched 𝗏𝗡𝗋𝗋𝗄𝗎 for like 4 days straight. That's all we did. Dude, it was amazing. Oh my God, it's such a good movie. But we just like partied and watched 𝗏𝗡𝗋𝗄𝗎 and like did not get out of bed for like 4 or 5 days. Dude, it was good. It was so good. Some good memories from that. YouTube is terrible at counting. They are. Let's go. So now we're like, what? Are we 7-6 away? Dude, 𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗪 for the punks. Let's go. There it is. A little Paula. Let's go. Thank you, Shin. Dude, Ethan. Let's go. Let's go. Giddy up. We got it. Now we're 5 away, baby. 5 away. We got this. All right. All right. So, yeah, we're done with Trump and the golf. Fuck you, Trumpy. Dude, crazy how bad this guy is. Crazy how bad. All right. You ready? Let's set the stage for this. Let's go. Let's go to the big Sophie 𝗏𝗏𝗪. Sorry. Let's go to the big Sophie Cunningham. Okay? Let's go to the big Sophie Cunningham situation. All right? The big Sophie Cunningham. This was their big moment. Okay? Now, let me catch you up here and explain what's going on because I want you to get to know the people in this photo. Obviously, we have Sophie Cunningham and the signs they're making. Sophie, thank you, a girl mom. Now, they flew in Riley Gaines for this event. This was today in Minneapolis. And this woman right here, I know what you're thinking. She looks like Greg Abbott. No, that is not Greg Abbott. No, that is not Clint Howard. I know she is gnarly, dude. I have trouble looking at her. She is like the most hideous fucking human being, dude. Oh my God. Dude, but anyway, Jennifer Say, S-E-Y, her last name is S-E-Y. She's the one who made these shirts, okay? She has an athletic wear company called XXXY, and she has made these shirts for their little anti-trans movement, okay? And dude, but you'll notice they all look like pretty manly, which is weird. It's weird that all of the anti-trans women really are mannish. I don't know why that is. You know, maybe that's why they don't like trans women, because a lot of trans women are more feminine than them. I don't know. But anyway, they had their big moment, guys. And you got to realize this was like the pinnacle, okay? This was the pinnacle. Because think about this. They went to Seattle, okay? They went to Seattle. A donor bought those courtside seats for those young girls. Those young girls went there. They created a disturbance. The Seattle owner was like, you're fucking insane. Everyone flipped out. They got their little sound bite. They got the owner kicked out of a couple games. Then they went on Fox News around the clock and were like, oh, we're building a movement. We're going to Portland. They came to Portland, and Portland, there was nobody there. There were like 10 protesters. They got booed, but Sophie had a good game. They beat Portland because Portland's not that good. And they did their shit. But now Minneapolis is really big because they hate Tim Walz. Okay, Minneapolis is where Trump sent ICE to murder American citizens. Now, ironically, these same women that are talking about protecting girls and protecting women, they were cheering when ICE was shooting Renee Good. So we know they don't care about women. But they flew Riley Gaines in to Minneapolis. Jennifer Say flew in. All of the bigots collected to be around Sophie. Big Minneapolis, right? Yeah, they're there. They're going to like, this is the pinnacle of their movement. Dude, Minneapolis shit on them, okay? Can I just tell you? Look at this. You ready? First off, let's go to Mercado. He had it first off, right? Look at this shit. Where's it? First off, Cheryl Reeve showed up in a Trans Kids Belong shirt. Okay? The coach that, you know, this woman has worked in basketball almost 40 years, and she showed up and wore a shirt that said Trans Kids Belong. And she went, all right, you're going to make a political statement. I'm making a statement too. All right, then the next thing that happened is look at the final score. Minnesota beat them. Okay, Minnesota beat them handily. You know, game over. And then look at Sophie Cunningham down here, guys. She played 23 minutes and she made one shot. 23 minutes she was on the floor for a full 1/3 of the game, and Sophie Cunningham made one basket. Dude, they shut her the fuck down, okay? They shut her the fuck down, bro. Just completely. And yeah, dude, every time she touched the ball, she got booed, man. She got booed. Look at this shit, dude. Right? Every time she touched the ball, she got booed. Let's find the thing. Let's find the video. Right? Here's Riley, courtside. Right? Ew. What about MAGA took over Sophie because of one statement? Yeah. I mean, dude, they're going to like kind of ruin her career. Right?
It takes immense courage to say men shouldn't play women's sports when you're inside the most pressured league. I never said I hate anyone. I want to extend love, and with that love, the truth. Young girls deserve protection in sports and locker rooms. We love you, Sophie. We're going to keep showing up.
Ew. Dude.
It takes immense courage
Dude,
to
is
say
that AI or what, bro? Dude, oh my God, look at her. Dude, that's gotta be AI. It's so gross though, because it does seem like them. They are very Stepford, right? They are very Stepford. So it is AI, but it feels real because they feel AI. But dude, look at fucking Jennifer Say, bro. Dude, what is going on? I just can't. Guys, I know it's rude and I don't recommend you do this. You should be better than me. Don't make fun of people's looks, but I'm going to make fun of people's looks. Look at how fucking, whoops. Look at how gnarly this woman is, bro. I'm sorry, but this woman has no fucking business being the judge of womanhood. Okay? No, this is Jennifer Say. She does. She looks like Greg Abbott, dude. Dude, if like Greg Abbott, like fucking, like shat a human being out of his fucking polyp-ridden colon, dude. Dude, what are we doing? Oh, Jesus. Dude, that is like some gnarly shit. You know what I'm saying? I have never seen a trans woman that has looked that bad. Okay, so now I understand why they're anti-trans and all. Okay, I get it. It makes sense. But let's see. They got rocked. Okay, there's a couple of things to look at here. All right, so first off, there was a talk. The coach had a talk with Sophie. Look at her, dude. Look at her. She's like, oh, fuck. Dude. Look at her. Look at her expression. She's like, oh, my God, because she's hearing this conversation. Dude, Elf, let's go. Let's go, baby. All right. So, guys, let me see. We needed 5. We got 2. So we're 3 away, guys. 3 away. Let's go 3 and 3, guys. We got this. Dude. So I don't think Sophie Cunningham, I don't think Sophie Cunningham is very smart, guys. I don't. When I see her talk, I know she's like whatever, the enforcer. We know she is MAGA, though. She's got a TikTok, and she has been retweeting shit that is like anti-immigration. She's definitely a MAGA chud, but I just don't think she's smart, okay? And I think that's why she's like making these, you know, like cloaked anti-trans statements and also trying to say she believes in inclusion, because she is not smart. You know what I'm saying? She's not smart. Let's go, Walday. Sophie Cunningham, let's see where she's from. My mom was more attractive at 74. Yes! Dude, we all loved your mom, Alf. Just kidding. She is from Columbia, Missouri. Oh, shit, dude. Yeah, she's definitely MAGA. Dude, I played in Columbia, okay? I played the university there. There is a university there, but Columbia is pretty, it's like in the central part of the state, north central, and there is a college there, but it's pretty gnarly, okay? She did play high school football with the men's team. All right, guys, so we are 1 away, guys. Let's go. Let's giddy up. Dude, we're 1 away. 1 away. 4 away if we want to hit the bonus goal. Let's get it. There it is. Pretty pink progressive. Let's go. All right. So we did hit it. Let's go. Dude, Canal. Oh, shit. Canal says, Tommy, can't you see the TERFs are the most beautiful people on earth? You need to believe they're attractive. Yes. Oh, my God, dude. Thank you so much, boss. Can I just tell you? There's a guy, dude, Walday, let's go! Dude, there's a guy who gets up in my shit, okay? There's a guy named Graham Linehan. Do you know who this guy is? Have you heard of him? He is an anti-trans voice, okay? If transgender people, I'm sure, know who he is. But his name is Graham Linehan. And he's just a Substack writer, a guy who writes for other right-wing publications, and he's super anti-trans, but he is always up in my shit, okay? Every time I post, like this guy shows up in my noties. Let me find him. All right. Let me find him. He was up in my shit today. I don't know anything about her, but I don't think most athletes are good at public speaking, right? Yeah, I mean, many of them are not, right? It's true. But I'll show you this guy. I mean, I guess we can go look at him. All right. Here, where? Oh, I can go to my replies and fucking take you to him. So Graham Linehan is this guy. Every time I post, yeah, this guy. All right, here he is. This is Graham Linehan. All right, he is a very anti-trans dude. He is like frightening. Like, do not look in this guy's browser history. Okay, I don't care what you do. Do not, under any circumstances, look in his browser history. But every time I reply to these anti-trans people, he like comes for me. Okay, he does. And today, like, I posted this. What's wild about this is the Minneapolis coach Cheryl Reeve has been coaching in women's sport for nearly 40 years. She helped build the WNBA into what it is. And these Fox News camera hags have been anti-trans trash for like 4 years, doing nothing to build women's sports. Okay. And what he posts was he was like another old fart in the attention economy, trying to be down with the kids by hating on women. Right. Of course. Right. He's like, oh, this guy's just trying to be cool. Dude. And I'm like, we know why you use an AI avatar, boss. Right? Because look at him. He uses an AI photo of himself, of course, because he's fucking hideous, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it is like, it is always these gnarly, like really unhappy people that do this shit. But he is always replying to me, guys. I swear to you, he replies to me like often. Okay? He does. And I mean, you see him, he's hating on fucking, right? He's hating on, Hassan. He's hating on everybody who's like a leftist. But, dude, he is always up in my shit. Dude, always. I don't know what his deal is, boss. He's got a crush on me. I did, in fact, like somebody replied to him and said, where was it? There was somebody who replied to him somewhere. Let me find that one. Oh yeah, this guy, right? There was somebody, there it is. Cause he's always replying to me when I'm like a metaphor for a moment, and he comes in and replies to that one. And he's like, here you go. And I'm like, dude, he's definitely got a crush on me. But the problem is like, I'm not gay. And if I was gay, he is ugly as fuck. So even if I was gay, dude, that guy, I'm way out of his league, Oh, dude. Yeah, he is like wildly unfuckable, bro. But I just thought, though, guys, I thought that, hear me out on this. I thought today was a beautiful metaphor, though. Because think about what happened today, guys. They converged on Minneapolis after bringing their little anti-trans rallies and Fox News and the local news stations. They go to Seattle, they go to Portland, they converge on Minneapolis. Minneapolis was the epicenter of the fear campaign around immigrants, right? Immigrants are going to ruin your life. So ICE comes in and starts shooting people. Trans people are going to ruin your life. So Sophie Cunningham gloms onto this trans fear. Ooh, we got to protect the young girls. But Cheryl Reeve's team, okay, of people that believe in inclusion. Cheryl Reeves, a woman who's been working for 40 years to build up women's basketball until it is this thing that it is today, right? She comes in with her Trans Kids Belong t-shirt and she fucking owns it. They decimate it. They fucking shut Sophie Cunningham down completely, right? It's amazing. It is fucking amazing. No notes. 10 of 10. Okay, dude. Wall day. Let's go. Dude, I love it. It's a metaphor, guys. And kudos to Minneapolis, guys. Kudos to Minneapolis. Dude, love it. Thank you, Wall Day. Welcome to the new members. Now, I want to point out, okay? I'm gonna read a tweet to you because obviously today I've been going off, right? I've been going off on this shit today. I have. All right. I've been like, I love this. Dude, I love her. I love 𝗙elle𝗧𝗡, dude. I love her. The two gayest players in the Lynx scored the most points. Beautiful. But here's what I said, guys. And this is factual. Let me read this, okay? I think this is really important, this statement made here. You realize the people who went to Minneapolis to rally against trans girls are the same people who defended ICE killing Renee Good, right? Same people. They don't care about women. They care about control. Okay? They want to have the power to decide who lives and who dies, who plays and who doesn't, who gets to exist and how they get to exist in society. And they want attention. They want to be in front of the camera, revered for their toughness, even though they spend all day, every day trying to stop progress. They're trying to destroy advancement. But they want you to think that, like, they're the ones really doing all the hard work, okay? And then I said, they will never win. And in fact, guys, not only will Jennifer Say and Riley Gaines and, you know, whatever, Moms for Liberty, not only will these women not win, okay, they will not destroy trans rights, but we will have to come in later and save them from the very people they're representing, okay? The Heritage Foundation that's backing this thing is trying to eliminate women's sports. They're trying to eliminate women's right to their uteruses, like, nationwide. They're trying to repeal the 19th and make it so women can't even vote. They're literally trying to roll back all of the women's freedoms in order to return women to being domestic servants of white Christian men. So they're out there, like, doing the dirty work for these white Christian assholes, and then we're going to have to save them from themselves. You know? Feminism appropriating reactionary transphobe. Dude, fart. Oh, shit. That's crazy. Drewzilla, let's go. Dude, love it. Isn't that crazy? You know what I'm saying? And dude, this person, you know, got in here and said, you realize trans kids don't exist? And I'm like, yo, here's a trans kid named Kim Petras, who is now a trans adult, but she lived in Germany. And so she was able to transition before puberty. And now she's a beautiful woman making music that's touching the whole world. So, like, fuck you, you fucking weirdos. Like, get out of my shit, boss. Right? Trans kids don't exist. Give me a fucking break, dude. These people are moronic. But man, so satisfying, guys. So satisfying. And all of the like gay haters, there are some people here like this John Root guy. Okay, this guy is a totally closeted. Like, look, dude, look at this, bro. Walk-in closet. Okay, can I just tell you? This is crazy. But he was posting about it all day, dude. Look at this. He's posting about, right, about, dude, Canal, let's go. Let's go, Canal. Thank you, boss. Appreciate you. We're going to be dancing. So look at him. He was posting ESPN promoted Minnesota Lynx head coach 𝗙elle𝗧𝗡's Trans Kids Belong t-shirt and encourage fans to listen to her incredibly thoughtful comments from yesterday. He's like, dude, he's coping so hard because the ESPN announcers, right? We're fucking, you know what I'm saying? Dude, I guarantee this chick was not told they had to put their sign down, right? Oh my God, dude. He was so coping, and then they were all freaking out because of the foul. Okay, this thing right here, look at this. Sophie Cunningham was just called for a defensive foul, though she was elbowed in the face. The call stood after review. But like, dude, he didn't show the beginning of it. The foul happened before she lifted her arms up, and they didn't show that part. But dude, Sophie got elbowed too, bro. Dude, she got, oh, dude. Dude, she got shut down, bro. Yeah, you can't have your face in between their arms. You can't put your head so they can't move their arms around, dude. You know, your head is a body part. Dude, Gen X, dude, let's go. Thank you, boss. Love it. I appreciate it. Glad you're here, man. Yeah, no, there was a foul like before that. But even if there hadn't been the foul before it, you can't like put your face like right up to them. You know what I'm saying? But this is amazing though. I'm going to save that one. I feel like I got to make a clip out of this, dude. He didn't show the beginning. Dude, look at this. Minnesota Lynx head coach 𝗪𝗟 is wearing a Trans Kids Belong t-shirt during the Fever versus Lynx game today in protest of Sophie Cunningham. Insane. Dude, I love the cope. Okay? Why are Americans becoming even more stupid? I don't know. But I love the cope, guys. So if you don't know John Root, you don't need to know him. But I have some history with this guy because I do interact with him on Twitter sometimes. But so John Root, I don't know who he is. He's some whatever, like you would never hear of him except every Pride Month he gets involved trying to get into some anti-gay controversy. Okay, like during Pride Month when that Landon Raup from the San Francisco Giants wrote on his hat and got fined or got threatened, like you can't write on your hat. John Root was out there trying to get Pride Nights canceled. He's trying to get Pride Months, overturned. He's trying to get Pride Nights on baseball teams removed. So the fact that 𝗪𝗟 comes out with the shirt supporting trans people, like, oh, you're going to politicize this? So the coach is like, all right, I'm going to make a statement, and we're going to shut down Sophie, and we're going to win the game, and every time Sophie gets the ball, they're going to boo, and he is just like beside himself because they think like woke is dead, right? They won. They have the culture. They got the Senate and the House and the Supreme Court, and they got Trump, and they're passing all these laws and shit. But guess what? Dude, you can't stop human rights. You just can't. You know what I'm saying? Dude, Mr. Shiz, let's go. Let's go, boss. But he is freaking out, dude. Oh, shit, bro. Freaking out. But look at their big protest, dude. There's like nobody there. The fucking pro-trans people brought a megaphone, dude, and they have megaphones. They're mad because they're calling them names, dude. There's like 3 people. There's nobody, dude. Dude, they have nobody. Oh my God, dude. Nobody. And then Caitlin Clark, you ready? Dude, Caitlin Clark broke all their hearts. At the very end of this, guys, at the very end, they lose the game. Sophie gets shut down. 𝗪𝗟 makes a statement. Everybody is not on their side. And then Caitlin Clark afterwards, look at what Caitlin Clark said. Because they're like waiting for Caitlin Clark to make this big statement, and look at what she says.
I think for us, it's not really a discussion we really have in our locker room. I think it's for leagues and the governing bodies to work with their athletes to find solutions, but our focus is on basketball, and that's what we talk about and how we can get wins, and obviously we didn't do that tonight, so need to find an area to improve in that way.
Do you have any, reaction to the...
I just answered for you.
Thank you.
All right. We'll go over to the Zoom. We'll start with Chloe.
Dude, He's like trying to get her to comment on it, and she's like basically like, fuck you, bro. And then look at him. When given the opportunity to stand with Sophie Cunningham, Caitlin Clark dodged the question. It's not hard to say, blah, blah, blah. But dude, Caitlin Clark's a little bit woke, guys. Okay? She's a little bit woke. And what's more, though, like, dude, Sophie Cunningham created this shit. Caitlin just wants to play basketball. Okay? Nobody needed to make this a spectacle. You know what I'm saying? It's just like they choose to like make this a spectacle all the time. Okay? They choose it. They do. They choose to make this a spectacle to try and create the drama. Right? You thought Caitlin Clark was MAGA? I think she's a little bit woke, guys. I do. You know, I think there are degrees of MAGA. I think she's a little woke. I notice her fashion sense made me think she's a little woke. Right? I do. Dude, they're so desperate, though. Right? You'll mark my words. I'll learn about how MAGA she is. Yeah. I mean, I don't care, dude. I don't care if she's MAGA or not MAGA. None of that shit matters to me. I like her anyway, even if she is MAGA. Dude, I love a bunch of baseball players that are deeply MAGA. I mean, most athletes are poisoned deeply by religion. And so they're like religion Republicans, you know? But there are also, though, there are some people that are in that movement that are still kind of woke, you know, that aren't super racist and that are just, you know, like poisoned by religion. But I'm always going to like Caitlin Clark. I don't care. And I'm never going to like Sophie Cunningham. Okay? Never. Right? Dude, let's go. Never. Right? Dude, look at this. Right? Look at what this guy said. She doesn't have the courage to stand up for the young girls. And look at what I said. Dude, everyone knows we MAGA people really stand up for the young girls. Dude, guys, I've been getting so much mileage out of this photograph. Can I just share this with you? I'm like real proud of myself because I like to troll these guys. But can I take you through what I've been doing with this photograph, guys? Oh my God, look at the replies with this fucking photograph here. Okay? Let me, how do I get to the tweet? Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. Dude, see? MAGA is all about protecting girls. There's one of them, right? All right, there's, we protect women, bro. Dude, look at this. Look at the number of times I posted this one. Oh, it's so good, dude. She said that girls should be protected, and then they voted for me. So I grabbed them by the pussy. They let you do it to protect them. It's so good. Oh, shit. They talk about normal people and attack the transgender people while they grape their daughters and get away with it, and then they send me money. Dude. Oh, shit. Oh, and then they send me money. Dude, it's the little fantasy conversation. Oh, shit, dude. Oh, that's a good one, bro. Oh, my God, bro. Oh, this one's good, too, I think. Right? Oh, no, that's different. All right. Oh, there we go. What is that one? That's what I've been saying the whole time. Little girls belong. Oh, that's a good one. To the Riley, little girls belong. And I'm like, dude, that's what we've been saying the whole time. Little girls belong. And Riley voted for me too. Oh, dude, brilliant. Guys, I don't understand the cognitive dissonance. Right? You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let's get this dono here. Canal said that outrageous over trans people in sports is again misogynistic. And our men complaining LGBTQ people built the women's sports leagues. Yes. No, I know LGBTQ people built the women's sports leagues. Absolutely. Absolutely they have. And You know what else was crazy though, guys? And I want to point this out. All right, this needs to be pointed out because some people have been replying to this shit for me about the money, right? Can I just show you this one reply? I thought this was really interesting, okay? Right here, okay? Look at this reply. You ready? So it was this guy, okay? This guy said, all right, right here. So look at this guy. This guy said, because my post was about Cheryl Reeve helping to build the WNBA league. And so somebody got in here and said they helped build a league that has never seen a profit. And if it wasn't for the NBA, they would have to shut it down. Not much of a legacy, right? He's like, oh, the WNBA has never made money. But guys, you ready? SpaceX has never made money. And Elon just became a trillionaire going public on a company that has never made money. But they don't call him illegitimate, okay? And in fact, guys, let me just show you. Even Grok knows this, okay? Look at this. Has SpaceX made a net profit since its inception? No. SpaceX has not achieved a cumulative net profit since its founding. It has reported substantial net losses. Okay? And right? Early years show consistent losses, right? Losses grew over time, reaching 5.4 billion in accumulated losses by the end of 2021. Okay? So all total, they've lost almost $50 billion. 41.3 losses since it first has fucking appeared. It's never made money. Okay? It's never made money. But dude, they worship Elon. Okay? So a man can have a business that never makes money and the guys will worship him and he can go public with it and become a trillionaire. Right? But they're like, oh, the WNBA never made money. Right? Isn't that funny? I love that. I've been putting that in people's faces too all day, being like, you idiots. You idiots, bro. Dude, Intuition Jen, let's go. Even though your goal ended, let's go. Yeah, we made the goal, Intuition Jen. Thank you, boss. But we did. We made it. We made it before, like, right after, or right before. Right, I don't know. We made it. But yeah, isn't that wild? I thought that was pretty funny that even, you know, dude, there we go. Oh, shit. Bro. Taking our 8-week-old baby to see Trump at the White House. Dude, look at Riley. Dude, she's so creepy. Dude, Riley Gaines, she is creepy, dude. Oh, man. Dude, debate heats up. Oh, my God, dude. This stuff is so crazy, right? They're such idiots, bro. Oh, this is absolutely vile. Sophie Cunningham is clearly being targeted because she's white. Dude, I love that clip. Oh, shit. All right. Riley, dude, Riley is pretty scary. But guys, I know, don't hate me. Would. Right? Oh, shit. Don't hate me. Would. Oh, all right. I'm cut off. No more fucking rock star. All right, I'm done. Oh, dude. Dude, oh shit. She's funny, bro. All right. All right, guys. Now we're back down to earth. Dude. Dude, look at this. Look at this, dude. Oh my God. This is amazing. Right? Dr. Fauci belongs in prison. We'd never inject unnatural chemicals like the COVID vaccine into our bodies. Oh my God, dude. Dude. What are we doing, bro? Dude. No. Dude, Canal, let's go. I'm not American. I'm Brazilian. People don't know we segregated black men in soccer. We segregated women in soccer for 50 years. Let's go. Dude, guys, can I just tell you, this is what's so crazy, okay? Is the anti-trans people, they're having this beef about trans girls denying their existence, but they keep saying like biological advantage. Do you know that they fought to keep black athletes out of sports? And the reasoning was they said it was biological advantage. They said if you let black people participate in sports, no more white people will ever be able to play pro sports. They were like so warped with their fucking eugenics shit. That was the argument. That, you know, black people, if you can't let them play, they will like take it over. It's like always their shit. It's always the same argument with these people. But look at these people, guys. Jesus. Bro. This is like pretty scary. Newsom was married to her. Yeah, but if you look at Kim Guilfoyle when she was with Gavin, all right? When she was with Gavin, dude, she was different, boss. Okay? Okay? She was a very different person when she was with Gavin. I'm serious. She used to be kind of normal looking, guys. The hate like aged her. Okay? I mean, she was not, I don't know how she went from like hanging out with Gavin Newsom to hanging out with the Trumps. Okay. She was like back in the day, man, she was, you know, dude, she had like a fucking Anne Hathaway kind of vibe to her. Right. And yeah, I don't know, something happened. But dude, she was like totally normal looking. Dude, so was Kristi Noem, guys. Kristi Noem was like a soccer mom, guys. If you go and look at her early congressional pictures, look at Kristi Noem when she first ran for office. She was like a wine mom, okay? She was a totally normal looking wine mom, guys. Kristi Noem, look at that. She was a fucking wine mom. Yeah, she was, I don't know, bubbly. She wasn't even like crazy degenerate like weirdo. And then like slowly her power increased and the fucking whatever, I guess, I don't know. I don't know if it was like the thing she does, the thing she did to get and hold power. I don't know when she like sold her fucking soul, but she was pretty fucking normal looking in the beginning. She was just like a wine mom. She wasn't too crazy. She was, dare I say, pretty like regular. I mean, she was still a Republican, but she wasn't like I don't know. She wasn't like a deep end. And it was the same with Nancy Mace. Okay, like Nancy Mace, when she first came into the House in 2020, Nancy Mace was like in her early years. Right? She was pretty normal. I mean, she was like, I don't know, she was like a normal run-of-the-mill Republican woman, okay? She was totally not this fucking crazy, fucking craven weirdo. I remember when she first showed up, okay, when she first showed up on the scene, I thought she was going to be a moderating influence because she was very anti-Trump. She was very anti, like, the insurrection. And she was even, like, hard on the Republican caucus saying, hey, guys, we should, like, not be so militant about, like, women's abortion rights, because she was actually a supporter of women having the right to abortion if their life was in danger. I mean, there were a lot of ways that she was, everyone expected her to be a moderating influence. And then, man, dude, she fucking went off the deep end. And just became, like, crazed, bro. Right? She became fucking crazy. It's like, you know, I honestly don't know what happened to some of these people, right? I mean, dude, I don't know. I don't know. You know, right? I just don't know what fucking, like, how they became so craven. Okay, she went from being, like, somewhat normal to being, you know, like, looking like she's 100 years old, dude. I mean, like, gaunt, right? Yeah, it's weird, dude. I mean, she literally looks, I swear to you, when I look at her and I see, like, her teeth, dude, she looks like she's been smoking fucking crack cocaine, guys. Okay? I'm serious. I used to know a lot of people that got deep into the crack cocaine scene, and I'm telling you, she looks like she has been hitting a glass pipe, dude. Either crack cocaine or like a lot of, like, smoking meth. You know? Like, crazy the aging. You know? Some people don't need, I mean, they do love cocaine in DC, guys. They do. They like, there's a lot of cocaine in DC, okay? There is. It's a great drug, all right? Don't do it. Don't get addicted to that shit, but it is a fucking great drug. And especially if you're, you know, in the public eye, you know, if you're that type of, like, fame or celebrity, cocaine goes really well with the, like, the front man sort of vibe, because it provides you this false sense of, like, you know, when you're on cocaine, everywhere you go, it's like you're performing in front of 100,000 people clapping for you. It's pretty wild. And so there is a lot of blow in DC. And I don't know, man. I'm like, dude, is she smoking it? Is she smoking some? Like, could be, you know, could fucking be, boss, but she don't look good. You know, it's too bad, dude. That shit, like, destroys people, boss. All right. All right. While we're on Nancy Mace, hold on. Yeah, don't do coke, kids. But I do, before we move on, I want to share my favorite Nancy Mace clip. Okay, you ready for this, guys? Those of you who've been around here for a while have seen this, but you know how Nancy, she is out of Congress. Okay, the trans woman, Sarah McBride, is still in Congress. Nancy lost her seat. Okay, she played the game of trying to protect Trump, you know, polished his knob, trying to get that endorsement, didn't get it, lost her seat. But she went through the what is a woman phase, okay? Every hearing, it'd be a hearing about crime, and she would be asking the Democrats, what is a woman, in these House hearings, like an idiot. But Muriel Bowser, the mayor of DC, like, slammed Nancy Mace and just fucked her up so bad with that with that clip. That's what we're going to look at. We're going to look at Nancy Mace and Muriel Bowser, the mayor of D.C. You ready? This is money, guys. Let me find it. Here it is. All right, you ready? Oh, dude, this is amazing. Now, mind you, you ready? Guys, this is a hearing on crime, okay? Muriel Bowser is there to testify about crime. And here's what Nancy, like 4 hits of crack cocaine Mace does. You ready? Here we go. Watch this.
One thing we noticed the DC code struggles to define is the term woman. So Mayor Bowser, what is a woman?
I'm a woman. Are you a woman?
100%.
Okay.
100%.
I'm a woman. You're looking at one.
Okay, good. One thing we noticed the DC code.
Dude, isn't that amazing? Oh, that is so good. I'm a woman. Are you a woman? You hear everybody? Dude, look at her face. She knows she's fucking about to own this moment, dude. Oh my God. But do you hear everybody laugh when she says, "Are you a woman?" And everybody in the room like starts laughing.
One thing we noticed the DC code struggles to define is the term woman. So Mayor Bowser, what is a woman?
I'm a woman. Are you a woman?
100%.
Okay.
100%.
I'm a woman. You're looking at one.
Okay, good.
Dude. Oh. Dude. That shit is priceless. Bro. So good. Oh my God. Yeah. That is amazing. Like the greatest answer. Now, I'm telling you guys, this is, and hear me, I would like to say this to all the Democrats. Every Democrat that runs for office has to be able to answer that question. Okay? You do. When somebody comes at you about men and women's sports, about what is a woman, right? About open borders. Like if you're going to run for office as a Democrat or anybody who's not a Republican, you have to be able to flip the script on those stupid questions, because they always try to default to that shit. Right? They do. They try to default to that shit. Why is it so hard for Dems to answer this question? I don't know. I don't know why Dems don't make that as part of their repertoire, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like you have to, in this media climate, you've got to be able to have, script flipping responses as they relate to some of these, stupid ass issues that these people fucking focus on, because they have reduced their party to the most ridiculous shit, and that's one of my major problems with the Dem party is their lack of engaging with this shit. Because, if you don't engage, you give the other side the ability to create the narrative, and then you can't undo the narrative. And so you have to be able to, because you may have noticed the Republicans have one technique, okay? They do. The Republicans have one technique, and their technique is the trigger phrase, all right? They use that technique. They come up with some phrase that is all-encompassing. You're woke. You're a groomer. Right? Men and women's sport. What is a woman? You don't even know what a woman is, right? They come up with the trigger phrase, open borders, right? You're socialists, you're communists, right? And then what they do is they use only that terminology. You will never, ever see a Republican say, well, the issue with trans rights is, no, they'll never do that. They'll never even say the word trans rights. If you say to a Republican, let's have a discussion about trans rights. Where do you stand on trans rights? They'll say, I don't believe men in women's sports. Okay? They will never say trans rights. They only say the phrase men and women's sports. And they do this as like media programming. And it is very, very like the conditioned. In fact, there's a clip I have been trying to find, okay, of Mitt Romney. Let me see if I can find this real quick. There was Mitt Romney on a news show talking about men and women's sports. Is this it? I wonder if this is it. This might be it.
Would you vote for Donald Trump over Joe Biden?
No, absolutely not. I mean, for me, they're two.
So you think he could win?
Oh, sure, I think he could.
There's a clip of Mitt Romney on a news show, okay, where he's talking about, he actually starts to say trans rights, and then he stops himself and replaces it with men and women's sports. And it's so wild because you fucking see it you see it in real time. Dude, I gotta find this clip. It is such a great clip. It was on a news show. I think it was with Margie Brennan. Man, yeah, there's one where he dude, it's just so. Oh, I got to find the clip. But it is such a great clip. Okay? It is. Is this it? No, that's not it. That's the view. It is such a great clip because you see him discussing with it and he starts to say the word trans and then he stops and says, and just goes back to the men and women's sports. And so they do that. That is how the Republicans operate, and they've been doing that going all the way back to like welfare queens and, black, they'll say things like, inner city crime, right? Gang crime, right? And they're all trigger words that attack minorities or attack like certain classes of people or marginalized people without being directly saying it. And then they use the phrase like, oh, there's a lot of crime in our inner cities. And what do they mean when they say inner cities? They're implying there's a lot of black people committing crime, right? But they use one phrase that everybody in the party repeats, the minor phrase. And they've gotten really good at this, okay, in the Trump years, because Trump was a reality TV star on the old 100-character Twitter, right? Twitter used to only have a small number of characters. So Trump got very good at like making these statements with like 5 words because he would tweet all the time on the really short tweets. And so they've PR championed it since Trump has gotten in there, where they take a phrase that then gets ingrained in you. You know what I mean? So pretty soon, like, nobody can define woke, but all the MAGA people know when they see woke. But nobody could define it, right? And so you do have to have a defense. Like, I came up in the world, like, in marketing. My first job was at UCLA studying marketing. And so that is a big part of marketing. Like, for example, you ready? For me, when I blew up playing Fortnite, a 50-some-year-old guy back in 2021, I blew up and became like internationally known playing Fortnite. And you know how I did it, guys? It was a trigger phrase, okay? I started calling myself the world's oldest Fortnite pro. That's what I did. The world's oldest Fortnite pro. And I used that statement on all my socials. I used to say it on my TikToks. I used to fucking use it on Twitter. And then everybody got to know me as the world's oldest Fortnite pro. And pretty soon they started saying it. And then that thing got people triggered. It like automatically gave me this air of being this professional Fortnite player. And then for the kids who wanted to be pros and thought I'm way better than him, they hated me. And they hated me calling myself a pro. And so they would get super triggered by seeing or hearing that phrase. It would make them like so angry that they would come and want to interact with my content. But it was a thing that I just repeated over and over and over again. And there's a saying, guys. You ready? I don't know if you've heard this saying, right? Dude, 𝗙cie, me and Tommy are not trying to change your kid. We are rock and roll. We are trying to help community and being brutalized because we were brutalized too. Let's go. Let's go. 𝗙cie, thank you, boss. Dude, yeah, we're not trying to change anybody. Let's fucking go. And Joshua, you're right. There is no black on black crime or white on white crime. What there is, though, is there is where people are sequestered into neighborhoods, like because of the class and the racial segregation that exists in America. A lot of times black people live in neighborhoods that are predominantly black. So when if they do commit a crime, the people in proximity to them are also black. It has nothing to do with black on black. It's just like a neighborhood thing because of the way our neighborhoods are like segregated. But yes, the thing, there's a saying, guys, okay? You ready for this? There is a saying that you may have heard this saying, but it was about Hollywood. And it was a saying of like, how do you make it in Hollywood? And I've always loved this saying because I feel like it applies in a great many things. But the saying was, if you want to make it in Hollywood, you just go right. Like if you go to Hollywood and everywhere you go, you introduce yourself as the sheriff of Hollywood, right? Who are you? I'm the sheriff of Hollywood. Who are you? Hi, I'm Tommy Harrington, the sheriff of Hollywood. There's a saying that if you go around to Hollywood and you introduce yourself to everybody, that's who you are as the sheriff of Hollywood, that eventually they will start calling you that. Okay? Right? Isn't that crazy? And it's true. How you brand yourself, if you go and brand yourself and you live as that branding, eventually it will take hold and people will recognize you as a brand. So the saying was, if you go to Hollywood and tell everyone you're the sheriff of Hollywood, eventually what'll happen is you'll walk by and wave to somebody. They'll be like, who's that? And they'll be like, oh, that's the sheriff of Hollywood. Right? That's how you got to do it. You got to just live the brand. And the Republicans do this, guys. It's like, we can break this. Our messaging is about recognizing that they play those catchphrase messaging, and then we need to develop catchphrase messaging that breaks it. Or you need to develop responses to the catchphrase that diffuse it and break it. It's very important. It's like marketing and, like brand breaking down. Right? Mayor of Hollywood. Yeah. Sheriff of Hollywood. See, the mayor of Hollywood's trickier though, Ruben. You wouldn't want to say mayor of Hollywood because there is a mayor of Hollywood. Okay. And so if there is a mayor of Hollywood, you're obviously not the mayor of Hollywood. So the sheriff of Hollywood works because there isn't a sheriff of Hollywood, right? You know, so you got to do it in a way where it is a unique thing that can't be easily disproven. And that's why they do their phrases like woke, right? They can use woke to describe something because woke doesn't have this distinct definition. I mean, it did to people of color, the turn of the century, certainly, and through the Jim Crow period, you know. But so yeah, it's like you gotta find something that can't be easily dismantled, right, dude? Dude, what are we doing though, guys? All right, you ready? You ready? We're getting in. We got one more topic. And the Sultan of Hollywood, there you go. Oh shit, dude. Yeah, the world's oldest Fortnite pro. That was my thing. And then the other thing I did, guys, that was crazy. Can I share another secret with you that I did? So I blew up on TikTok in 2020 and 2021. And this was when TikTok was like in its infancy. And I was I was probably the first Fortnite content creator doing really funny shit where I would play really bad or do really stupid shit and laugh at myself. And people loved my reactions to me doing really stupid shit. But at the same time, okay, there was a lot of girls dancing in bikinis. And that content was very, very popular in 2020, 2021. It was really blew up. It was a lot of girls that would be in their bikinis dancing, okay? And so what I did on my TikTok is my TikTok bio said, acting like Tommy, the world's oldest Fortnite pro, and then it said, getting likes like girls in bikinis, right? Getting likes like girls in bikinis, which is like everybody liked the bikini shit at the time. Everybody was drawn to TikTok because of those bikini dancers. And so I associated myself with all of the like bikini content that everybody was raving over, implying that I was getting likes just like they were. And it was like, dude, I would get so many likes. Like my like ratio was insane because I was automatically, they would read that bio and it was associating me with the shit that they were already into, right? It's just like really, there are just really subtle things you can do with messaging and marketing, that you can, where you can try to like tie yourself to things and in really subtle ways, and it works on people and people don't even know that it's working on them, right? They don't even know you're like doing it, It's like it absolutely works. And it can, people try to do this. Now, you may have noticed the right wing doing this lately, okay? Where they've been doing it, guys? They've been doing it. Let me just show you where they've been doing it. They've been doing it with 𝗙𝚻₍, okay? With Abdul 𝗙𝚻. And you may have noticed, all right, let's go to like Shannon Watts, all right? Watch this. I'm going to show you right now, okay? Let's watch Shannon Watts. We're going to do an 𝗙𝚻 and Plattner, okay? Let's see if we can find one here. Right? There's totally, you're going to see it. I'm sure she will do this. I bet she's done it somewhere. But they like to do this where as soon as Plattner had his issues what they would do is they would try to tie 𝗙𝗪𝗓 to Plattner. So then once you associate Plattner with 𝗙𝗪𝗓, you will start looking at everything Abdul 𝗙𝗪𝗓 says and start, oh, he is kind of being a misogynist like Plattner, right? And it's another common, see, this is all fucking Haley Stevens. But they were definitely doing this shit. Let's just look on general Twitter. I thought she had one. But as soon as Graham Plattner started saying shit, okay, dude, Elon's search function does not work, boss. It's fucked up, bro. But right? I mean, it's not even fucking showing, it's not even putting Plattner in there. So I'm not going to be able to find it. But she did block me, yeah. Yeah, no, she blocked me. But you will notice that has been happening, okay? You'll notice this, guys, where they try to do the association, okay? And so now that they have this DSA thing, what they'll do is now anytime there's a progressive, they're going to mention DSA, even if the candidate is not DSA, because they're going to try to imply that, right, they're going to try to use the DSA word as a scary trigger word to mean socialism and communism and bad for you. And so then anytime there's a candidate that believes in Medicare for all or that Palestinians don't deserve to be bombed all day long, they're going to then attach DSA to it because they'll be able to call them communists by just using DSA, right? Put DSA and communists together and then call people DSA, and then there you go, right? Which, by the way, let's look at this for a minute, okay? All right, there's your marketing lesson for the day. But oh, Jesus Christ. We have to look at the DSA, guys, because look at this, bro. You ready? Look at this. This is not AI, guys. This is a poll of Democrats that was done on CNN. And it's just Democrats, but saying they did a net favorability poll of the Democrats in Congress and the Democrat Socialists of America. DSA is plus 17. And this includes people who lean Dem, okay? And the Dems in Congress are plus 4, bro. Dude, that is rough, guys. That is rough, isn't it? That is crazy, dude. That is some crazy shit, okay? That is some crazy fucking shit. All right, now, that's not the worst they got, okay? This next poll I'm going to show you is fucking brutal, guys, okay? This next poll is like every centrist worst nightmare, all right? This is an Ipsos poll done last week, all right? And it was a sampling of Democrats. And it said, would you prefer a Democrat or a Dem socialist? And look at those numbers. 38%. It is like 60-40, like preferring a DSA. Now, that's huge, guys. And you know why that's huge? Because the DSA is like almost completely viable as its own party if it wanted to split off. You know what I'm saying? If there were some people that liked DSA policies that were middle of the road. That is an insane fucking poll, guys. That is insane. I think it's good for the party. Okay, the party does need to be challenged, and the power structure needs to be challenged. We need some fighters. Now, let's look at the crosstabs, though, because there's a lot of information here. So non-college people are Dem +9, which means the non-college people, okay, are leaning Dem, which is like non-college voters are normally MAGA voters, right? So the MAGA portion of the Democrats are the ones that are identifying with the Dem party. So this is showing how the Democrat, establishment Democrat has Republican nature to it, right? Because the non-college people are 9 points plus for the Dems. College people are 9+ for the DSA. Now, the Democratic Party was like the college party, always. And the college people in the Dem party are moving to DSA. Now, look at this, though, guys. 18 to 54 are DSA +9. Bro. 18 to 54. Dude, it's not just 18 to 34. It's 35 to 55 too. That's an insane poll. Now, the old people are Democrats +19, but guys, what's going to happen in 20 years? Most of these people are going to be dead. You see what I'm saying? Do you see where America's future is? America's future is not a left-wing party that's moving towards establishment. Yeah, no. This means 20 years from now, the Democratic Party is going to be DSA. Like, it's happening. Okay, this poll is showing it. But this is the one, guys, that blew me away. This next group. Because I've seen a lot of, like, establishment Dems that are black voters. Okay, and I don't feel like I have the right to tell them how they should vote, because black people have been through a lot in this country, and I respect their decision to believe in what they want to believe and vote for what they want to vote. And I feel like if we want to sell, like, trying to, you know, get more of the black coalition to buy into some of these policies is a goal, but I think you have to win that by them seeing the success of the policy. You can't just tell them, like, oh, you need to listen to us, because they don't need to listen to me. But a lot of those black centrists that are very, very, like, pro-Dem party, and they're very, like, party sort of clone people where they don't deviate at all and they don't like progressives, a big line of their attack has been that all of the black voters don't like the DSA, and that the DSA is all like rich white college kids. And sure, rich white college kids are DSA, but the fact that the white voters were DSA +1 and the non-white voters were Democrat +1 shows that it's like, it's an even split, guys. It is not like all the black voters want the party and all the white voters want DSA. I think even with the black voters, it's about this age thing, where I think there are a significant number of black voters who like the DSA, but they're the younger ones, okay? Like that guy we watched from 6 Mile who was saying, man, I'm not voting for Haley because she's like an AIPAC shill. And so this really surprised me, because I fully expected this to be like +10 and this to be like +15. And to see that they're both like right there, where the whites are leaning towards DSA and the people of color are leaning towards Democrat, but like that means that these people could very well, like, there could be a very left-wing shift here in America, which is like, man, we need it. We need it, guys. We need it. I don't think America is conservative, okay? I mean, think about us, guys. You know what I'm saying? like porn stars, Baywatch, Cardi B. Like, come on, man. America is not conservative, okay? We're not. I mean, we have a lot of Christians, and we've had a lot of programming about capitalism and about, like, towing the line and showing up on time and being dutiful citizens. But when you look at America, like, we don't like fucking taking orders, and we don't like being we like to do whatever the fuck we want when we want it, which is inherently not conservative, okay? It is inherently not conservative. We've just never had bombs falling on our country here, and so we've never experienced like the shit that normally gives people empathy. I believe it's a long history of programming, guys. I do. I really believe we've had a long history of programming about like being dutiful, what it means to be a good citizen. And there's a lot of religious programming here. And there's a lot of programming about leftism being bad and socialism being bad and all this other shit. China's bad and Russia's bad and, Venezuela's bad and South America's bad. It's a lot of heavy duty programming. And so I think that programming is starting to be broken. And I believe we are, in fact, in the very early stages of a radical revolution of leftism here in America, of people wanting to try some more collective-based, like connection-based, methodologies, instead of like everybody competing to just be the number one spot, okay? Because that's really what capitalism is like you're not good unless you're number one. So everybody just steps on each other, clamoring to be number one. And like when in fact, you can have a lot more joy and a lot more empowerment in the world when there's a whole bunch of number 10s and not everybody has to be number one, where I'm not going to be happy if I'm not number one. And then I get tied into resentment politics and all that other shit. And yeah, dude, I'm kind of a hippie. So I think a little bit of this is Age of Aquarius, and a lot of it is social media. People are seeing the truth because we have access to more voices, right? I mean, when you think about it, how like the world has gotten, able to connect to Palestinian voices because you've been able to see them on TikTok and Instagram Reels and YouTube, right? 30 years ago, we didn't see any Palestinian voices here in America. I mean, you might if you went to like a leftist protest, but you never saw Palestinian voices talking about the Palestinian experience when I was 15. My son was watching Palestinian journalists and shit on Instagram when he was 15. And so he was getting a truth and then sitting me down going, Dad, you need to watch this shit. You need to understand what these Palestinian people are going through. And they've been going through this when you were a kid. You just didn't know about it, Dad. And like, that's the kind of awakening we're having happen, guys. And so I think it's amazing. I think it's amazing, man. Like, fucking, let the change happen, baby. Let the change happen. Dude, yeah. Guys, I was heavily propagandized. I was, especially being born in a small town in Wisconsin. I was heavily propagandized with the Pledge of Allegiance, with Sunday school, with the Bible, with the like forced allegiance at like sporting events and parades and all that shit, and the forced like obeying like patriotic customs and shit. And I was propagandized about the role of women and the role of men and the role of mothers as cooks and laundry doers and child caretakers. And the men got to sit in their chair and watch TV and get waited on and get drunk. And then the man would get drunk and bust holes in the walls, and the woman would smooth everybody over the next day and clean up the mess and put spackle over the hole. I mean, dude, the level of propaganda that I grew up in was like, it was insane. And it wasn't just me, it was like culture wide, you know, and this shit was reinforced on TV shows, okay, with the womanizing. And every TV show had a Tom Selleck or a whatever, like good looking male character with the strong jaw and the perfect hair who was having sex with every woman. And the women were just fawning over him. And it didn't matter if he abused them. They were like, oh my God, I would give anything for him to choose me, right? The dumb blondes. Yes. It was like, it was this programming, man. And that shit's getting broken up a lot now, right? Love it. Love it. Okay? Love it. It's amazing seeing the American people realizing they propagandized. We were waiting for you. Dude, we're here, baby. There are a bunch of us here, Canal. Yeah, I love it. I love that you live in Brazil, too. I know a guy named Steven Richter who's married to a woman from Brazil, and he was like the president of a film school there that I think her family owned in Brazil. So I've not yet been to Brazil, but I do have some Brazil like friendship connections to Brazil. It looks beautiful. It does, man. I would love to go and fucking, you know, I'll get there eventually. Oh, all right. Last thing, guys. Dude, we gotta look at Tate. Bro. The Tate stuff is wild, guys. Okay? You know what I'm saying? The Tate stuff is wild. Right? Look at this shit. Oh my God, bro. All right? This is the big story today, guys. This was it's like almost a threat. All right? It really is. Almost a threat coming from the Tate's lawyer. Now, we have seen some really bizarre behavior from the Tate lawyer since the beginning of this. He's been begging for the Trumps to intervene. There were early reports of this lawyer calling people. They called 𝗙liche𝗶𝗶𝗹𝗀. They called everybody they knew in the Trump admin, reaching out for them to like intervene and to try and get Trump on board, thinking Trump was going to come in and sway this thing. And nobody's been taking their calls. Okay. Even 𝗙liche𝗶𝗶𝗹𝗀. Hi. Oh, I love you. I love you so much. I'm a big fan. Even 𝗙liche𝗶𝗶𝗹𝗀 was like, Tate who, right? No one is taking their calls. But so the attorney for Tristan and Andrew Tate reportedly warned Republicans of a mysterious reckoning if Trump doesn't help the embattled brothers in their legal fight against the 59 rape and sex trafficking charges. Now, this is pretty crazy. All right, hold on one sec. Let me fucking get this thing going here. All right. And then we're going to look at his tweet too. I mean, he's been tweeting really weird shit for about a week, and he's been going on podcasts. He's really like hamming this shit up. And I think, guys, I think they're still grifting. I think that they are hamming it up because they are trying to play the whole Matrix is winning. You need to send us more money to fight the Matrix kind of thing. But yeah, it sounded like a threat, guys. It really did. All right, I'm going to pull up this fucking article real quick. All right, so here it is. You ready? So it says, all right, says, Barron's Butch Buddy issues. Barron's Butch Buddy. Dude, oh, I love it. Barron's Butch Buddy issues stark warning to Trump. Okay, Manosphere influencer Andrew Tate, who's been linked to Barron, Trump, and the president, issued a pointed call for Donald Trump to help him and his brother fight the charges they're facing. The attorney for the right-wing self-described misogynist Andrew and Tristan warned Republicans of a mysterious reckoning if Trump won't help them fight British authorities. Okay? And then here it is. This part right down here. Okay? He's doing a Vanity Fair article, right? He says Andrew Tate was a material participant in ensuring President Trump's victory. If Trump doesn't support him, and if the next people are going to be running for office potentially are just like, yeah, down the river he goes, that young cohort of people will break with the Republican Party in the next election. So, dude, this is wild, okay? Because it is very true that young men, especially young white men, showed up in a way for Trump in 2024 they had not previously. Because normally, like, young white men just don't vote. It's not that they don't have political beliefs. They're unaffected by it. They're super privileged. They don't have to worry about voting. So normally they just don't vote until they get closer to their 30s. Okay, yeah, the young white mailmen. Now, what's crazy about this is the implication that this guy is warning that, oh, if you send Tate down the river, all these guys are going to turn on the Republicans. Because the reality, guys, is it was Charlie Kirk that did way more. Okay, Charlie Kirk was like in the trenches. He was going door to door, right? He was going to the colleges. He was behaving like a rock and roll guy and winning the hearts and minds of these white MAGA fraternity guys and getting them to become political by interacting with his content and making his political content be about shitting on the LGBTQ and shitting on women and encouraging like a group bullying that he then defended and had a way of like making it seem like they were the good guys. Now, Andrew Tate glommed onto that. Okay, Andrew Tate found those gamer sort of like Charlie Kirk meatheads to be good victims to make money. But what I don't believe is I don't believe that Andrew Tate motivated their political activity. Okay, I believe very much Andrew Tate like was a fucking clout chaser essentially that chased the vulnerable people and fed off of them. Okay, he didn't inspire the political action. He may have inspired some guys to become gym bros, but he was not their political inspiration. So this to me is pretty wild because this feels like the lawyer is leveraging this threat to the Republican Party that Andrew Tate controls your voters. And I mean, that's pretty fucking brash. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty brash. Because even the guys who like Tate know that he's kind of like off-putting, like even the guys who like him know he's a piece of shit. They just like some of his piece of shit nature, I think. I think they just like being pieces of shit, right? But dude, isn't that crazy? Like, I just don't know. I don't know how Trump's going to respond to this stuff. Okay? Like Trump, when somebody says, hey, Trump, like, we're bigger than you, Trump doesn't normally like respond very well to that type of energy. Like Trump's like, oh, Andrew Tate's going to sink the elections. Oh, I better go get the Brev party on my side. Right? I mean, I kind of think this might make Trump like send him to jail more, You know what I mean? I don't know, dude. It's funny. All right, look at him. He's such a clown. Dude, he blocked me too. This guy. What a wimp, bro. What a wuss. All All right. He also added in a later Instagram post that AOC will be the next president without the manosphere and Andrew Tate. So now he's warning guys, oh, you're going to end up with AOC. You're going to end up with a woman president. Next thing you know, he'll be doing the Benny Johnson saying they're going to cut your dicks off if you don't get Tate out of jail. Trump 80 has not responded to the warning, but the White House spokesperson Caroline Leavitt said no when asked by reporters if the president would help the Tates. Okay? Isn't that wild? Now there's Barron. Now we know Barron is cooked up in this, guys. Okay? And I'm telling you right now, excuse me, we're going to find the dirt on Barron. Okay? We are. And especially, you cannot convince me that there is some dirt with Barron and yes, Don Jr. and other people inside the admin. Like, I think they're going to cut ties with Tate because of the dirt. Okay, there's definitely dirt in there, right? There's something in the, oh, I like my suitcase. My suitcase. Dude, there's something in the suitcase, guys, for sure. All right. So, right, PBS and New York Times reported that Trump's 20-year-old son, Barron, talked with Andrew Tate during the 2024 election. The Trump family denied those reports, right? And then Andrew Tate was very strategic and shrewd. Now, Tate was running his mouth, though, guys. Tate actually said in January of 26, in the thick of this Romania thing, or not 26, January of 25, after Trump got elected, Andrew Tate ran his mouth telling people, don't worry about me and the Romanian thing. Trump is going to get me out of like house arrest. Trump is on it. Tate told people this publicly. And then Trump got on it. Richard Grenell went to Munich, met with Romanian officials. They met with Romanian officials here in America. And then the Tates got released from house arrest, came to America. Tate beat up his girlfriend in Beverly Hills. They went to the UFC, a couple of them with Trump and Dana White and whatever. He's wearing his leopard print fucking shirt. This one, like a fucking, you know, one day was the leopard print shirt. And then he was wearing this fucking Cuban Hawaiian shit, right? You know? And so I think there's tracks that are being covered. Okay? Barron Trump has reportedly been a fan of Andrew. They spoke by Zoom and they discussed the Romanian case and how they thought it was just an effort to silence the Tates and that it was politically motivated. All right. Now let's go look at the Tate lawyer though. Okay. Because this guy is going off. Okay. This guy is going off, guys. He leveraged another threat today, guys. Okay. First off, he's trying to have, you know, ooh, the Miami jail is bad. They have complaints. They're inhumane. He's playing the humanity card. Okay. Then he is playing the, right, you know, the mass protest Thursday, August 13th that they're planning. So let's see how big their mass protest turns out. Okay. Look at that. Mass protest. That's risky. Okay. Let's see if it's a mass protest, shall we? Let's see, guys. Because we saw that, you know, we saw the first go around was one guy. Right? I mean, it was just this guy. And then there's the lawyer. There's Enrique Tarrio and his Proud Boy buddy. But there was literally just one dude. One guy that showed up. And he's doing fucking push-ups. He's not even doing good clappers, bro. I'm sorry, but that's not like very good technique. What the fuck, bro? Dude, what is this?
So we can get over the bullshit and understand the races of Earth. You got white people, which we all know. Europeans, used to be Europe. Americans, you got white people. They're around here. Russians are white, you got white people. You got black people. Most people don't know this, but they're from Africa. See all the blacks here.
Dude.
You got the Chinese. Last time I was in Korea, I was tired of them pretending they were not Chinese. You're all slanty-eyed. You're all fucking Chinese. Japan, Korea, you're all Chinese. Even Vietnam, Southeast Asian, you're Chinese. You don't speak English. You're over there. You're Chinese.
Dude, is he drunk? He sounds like he's fucking drunk. Somebody asked about a shirt. Dude, he never wore a shirt, guys. He would always stream like this. When I debated him, he was shirtless. Doesn't he sound drunk, though? Dude, he sounds hammered.
You got Pakis. You know? India, Pakistan. And, like, you could be from Algeria, which is far away on a map. I'm not actually Pakistani. I'm from Tunisia. You're brown. You're speaking one of them weird languages. You're a fucking Paki.
Dude, what an idiot, bro.
You got Mexicans. Mexicans are anywhere from Mexico down. This is all one big Mexico. I'm from Nicaragua. You're a fucking Mexican.
Dude.
Now, I heard Hondurans and, like, Nicaraguans and fucking Mexicans don't actually get along because they believe they're different. They're arguing about how they all make burritos in a different way, and they pretend it fucking matters.
Dude.
And they sit around going,
fucking matters. Dude. Dude, look at him, bro. I mean, does he have this helmet on so he doesn't, like, hurt himself when he walks to the bathroom? Is that why he's got a helmet on? What a clown, dude. Dude, I mean, the buffoonery is crazy. It is like, yes, I'm sorry, but if you are learning from this guy, if this guy is your teacher, you're pretty fucked, right? Dude, the seizure helmet, I think so. This is crazy, dude. Oh my God. But all right, so let's find the protester though. There was just one guy that was at the Tate protest. That was it. That was the whole protest. But they're having a mass protest, guys. Mass protest coming at you. But let me sorry. Let's go back to Joe McBride here. Because he did another post today, guys, that was pretty wild. World War III is here. World War Tate is the battle for your mind. Resist the mind virus. Look at that. They're using the Matrix movie like imagery with the white rabbit. But watch this shit, dude. All right? Look at this shit. Okay? The political right has a feminist problem. Andrew and Tristan Tate trigger them badly. Scratch the surface and you'll find the same instincts. Endless wars abroad. Managed men at home. How are they different from Hillary Clinton? Dude, so he's calling the political right-wingers like the same as Hillary Clinton, dude. Dude, he's like all-out war, dude. Tate, baby. Tate. Right? I know. The Matrix. Right? The fucking made by trans women, of course. Okay, you ready? So here was the one where is it? It's the one about Rubio, right? He tweets about Rubio. Oh my God, his little Epstein clip, we saw that one, but where's the Rubio tweet? Right? All right, So this is the old one. That's not the one I'm looking for. Did I put it in my thing? Hold on, let me see if I got it in my, maybe I have it in my fucking bookmarks. Oh yeah, so we got to look at a couple things. This clip is batshit. We're going to look at that one. But let's find the Rubio clip. Oh, yeah, here it is. It is this one. Yeah. Oh, so it was video. Okay, so it was a video clip, right? This is the one right here where it says, Tate's lawyer says Marco Rubio should not sign off on their extradition to the UK because one allegation against Rubio's son and his son's life is over. So now that's a weird thing to say, right? Because it's like, is he threatening Marco Rubio's son? Or even crazier, you ready? Hear me out on this. What if, guys, what if he has some dirt on Barron and talking about Rubio, and Rubio's son is just code for like whatever's going on with Barron? That's what I was thinking about. Is he actually talking about Rubio, or is he talking about Rubio, but talking about Rubio because he knows that Trump knows, hearing it, oh fuck, he's talking about the allegation against Barron? Like, is there a Barron thing that the Tates are sitting on? And they're trying to message this to Trump without saying it. I do think he's talking about Barron, but watch the clip, okay? The clip is interesting.
If things don't work out with bail or with extradition, the boys can't be extradited without the Secretary of State signing off on that. The Secretary of State is, of course, Marco Rubio. Look, Marco Rubio has a son who plays football in college in Florida right now. One allegation against his son and his son's life is over. If things don't work out with bail or with extradition.
I mean, it's weird because I'd like to see it not cut. Like I'd like to see the uncut one because we don't know the context of that, because you see how they cut it out and they have the 4 little snips there, right? But there is some shit in between this. And so I don't know if he was talking necessarily about, like, is he leveraging a threat to Marco Rubio? Saying, hey, man, one allegation against your kid, the football player, and, it's going to ruin his life. So are they going to send somebody in there to try and threaten Rubio? Or was there a longer coded answer where they were kind of like, speaking in code? I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, they edited it so you don't know how those ideas got strung together. But here's what I do know, guys. Here's what I do know is when we went back and we looked at all of those Epstein files, and if you looked at the emails between Epstein and everybody when they're talking about the island, when they're talking about, like the parties, they used a lot of code. And remember the birthday book? They used a lot of code. And so I don't know. Maybe some of this is a direct threat to Rubio, a direct implication. Maybe Rubio's kid is involved, or maybe some of it is some code of like, hey, Rubio's got to sign off. All it would take is one allegation to ruin that kid's life. But if they have something on Barron Trump, maybe that's enough for Trump to get involved and have Rubio not sign off. I don't know. But regardless, he's leveraging some threats, both about we're going to control the electorate and ruin the Republican Party, or, you know, you better not sign off. Let's see Marco Rubio's kid. His son Anthony is going to be a walk-on back for the, right? Possible, he's a walk-on for, here he is. He's a walk-on for the Florida Gators. There he is, Anthony Rubio. Redshirt junior is a walk-on. Uh-oh, ladies clinic. I mean, they could, dude. They could send one of the cam girls to get this guy in a complicated sort of position. Right? I mean, anything is possible. But his kid's like pretty, you know, got a pretty small following. He's just being a fucking college football player, right? Doing a lot of, you know, like a lot of things college football does, which is right, which is a lot of those, you know, meeting at schools, going to hospitals. They like the sports is tied up with a lot of that, you know, that work, right? And, you know, he's not really, though, very vocal on social media, as you see. Like, I think this is really interesting. Like, even with Charlie Kirk, he retweeted his dad, right? Heartbroken and outraged by the assassination of Charlie Kirk, right? You know what I mean? So that's really interesting that he retweeted his dad talking about Charlie Kirk, but he himself did not, like, is not out there tweeting. So he doesn't seem like a real, you know, he seems a little bit quiet. And, you know, the last time he tweeted was, you know, in end of June, right, for a clinic. But he's not a real social media tweeter. Let's see if he gets into the replies. And no, he doesn't even reply to tweets, guys. He's just a surfer. So he's like a quiet. But here we go. Here's him with Dana White. All right. And fucking and a Sooner. He's got his little cross. Dude, I hate to say this, but dude, everybody I've ever known that has had a haircut like this, like most of them have been assholes. Dude, he's got that kind of modified Edgar haircut. Right? You know, I mean, I don't want to put it down, right? But dude, there were a lot of the Fortnite kids had that like Edgar haircut. A lot of douches with that haircut. The broccoli Edgar. Dude, you went to school with them? You know? It's true. It's true, dude. So, but he's not a very big tweeter. Okay? He's just doing a lot of like whatever work. You guys pointing at him. There he is. Or maybe they're saying number one. But yeah, so I don't know, dude. Is that a threat? That's pretty weird. I mean, it's just, guys, it's a weird thing to say. Okay? It is a weird thing to say for him, like to just, oh yeah, one, like Marco Rubio should not sign off. One allegation could ruin his son's life. That feels threaty. But look at this clip, guys. This clip that I'm about to show you is fucking insane. All right? This clip is fucking one of the most batshit things I've ever heard somebody say about the Tates. This is their lawyer, mind you. These guys are facing 59 charges of rape and abuse of women, some of them underage, right? Camming them, right? Exploiting them. Watch this clip, guys. This is nuts.
These are good men who have done a lot of good for the world, right? Even if you accept all the allegations against them is true, the amount of good that they've done for the world tremendously outweighs the bad. And people don't see it because there's a very one-sided narrative out there against them.
Dude, let's listen to that one more time because, yeah, you heard that. You heard it right.
These are good men who have done a lot of good for the world, right? Even if you accept all the allegations against them is true, the amount of good that they've done for the world tremendously outweighs the bad. And
even if you accept all the allegations against them are true, the amount of good they've done for the world outweighs all the bad. Dude, no way. He's like saying, yo, even if these guys are rapists and traffickers that abuse underage girls and hit and beat women and do all that shit, they have done so much good for the world that, like, bro, why you getting upset? Dude, is that insane or is that insane? I mean, that's crazy. And the way he said it, though, the way he said it was almost like it is true. Like he's trying to soften the blow. Like, even if this is true, these guys are like MLK, man. Right? Right? You know, MLK, he liked to fuck around. So these guys are like pretty much like MLK. They did so much for the world, guys. So much for Trump. So much for, you know, Epstein's guys. They like so much. All these young guys that are now raping women, that's like the Tates did that. Dude, I thought that was fucking insane, bro. All right? I'm serious, dude. I thought that was nuts. That is an insane statement to make. And as far as I know, I don't think Tim Pool pushed back on this, guys. I don't think Tim Pool pushed back on it. Okay? Let's see if we can find a clip. Dude, again though, they're all doing this. They're all doing this hand signal, right? Which is like a weird sort of vagina-y hand signal. They've
the whole internet right now. How did that come about? Not for me.
They've all been doing this, right? Everybody, it's weird. It's like some hand signal. Elon Musk does this sometimes. It's another one of those things like the OK symbol. Yeah, it is. It is culty fucking weird shit. But they've been doing that. Oh, you ready? Oh, here's another one. Watch this.
Let's analyze the situation. Andrew and Tristan go, and we know it's for free speech. Who's next on the list? Elon Musk, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Right, for sure. They don't like him. They're after him. Elon is a free speech activist. He's also wants to colonize Mars, and he's got Starlink, and he's got more money than anybody in the world. So they would come after him.
He wants to colonize Mars, dude.
And then whoever it will be after that, it'll be somebody else. If we open up the floodgates here and we make it okay for American citizens to get taken to an English gulag for free speech, for exercising free speech and criticizing governments anywhere, then we open up the floodgates for this to happen to anyone.
Dude, look at that. Elon's next, guys. You're going to lose Elon. Dude, he is. He's trying to scare them. But I mean, look at how goofy this is. They use like the GTA like for their little shit down in the bottom. I mean, bro, they're so corny, right? Oh yeah, and here's one. You ready? Look at this.
Countries, and they're very forthright about it.
Wow.
This is who we are.
Ready?
I've been at the table with Andrew in various countries where we've been approached by intelligence assets from other countries, and they're very forthright about it.
Wow.
This is who we are. We'd like to work with you on this. We'd like to work with you on that. There's a lot of people who want what he has. But Andrew's his own man. Tristan's his own man. They've stood on their own 2 feet. And because they can't be controlled, now this is the effort to try to control them.
Dude, isn't that crazy? Oh, yeah. Intelligence has been trying to get them to work for them. And now that they're saying no, the government is grabbing them, dude. Oh, that shit is rich, bro. What was I looking for? I was looking for something. I can't remember. Oh, I was looking for Tim Pool and the Tate lawyer. All right. We're going to fucking look at that later. We're going to save that. All right. I think that's good for now. But, dude, the pressure of these guys. They are. Dude, reality is here, baby. Tim Pool and the Tate lawyer. Your favorite bedtime story? Yeah, I will look into more of that clip. I just thought that comment was pretty rich of like, even if they are grapists, these guys have done so much good, you gotta, like, we can't charge them. Come on. We can't charge these guys. They are nuts. Like, I don't understand who watches these guys. Now, if some kids get wrapped into that shit is one thing, but dude, if you're like a 28-year-old guy and you're watching them and you think that like the CIA is out to get to Andrew Tate, and if you let it happen, they're going to come for you next. Like, bro, how mental do you have to be to buy into that shit? Right? You know, how mental do you have to be to buy in? That's pretty crazy, guys. All right, you ready? You ready for the dance, dude? Let's get it. It's time to bang a gong, baby. Oh, it feels good to stretch, bro. Yeah, baby. All right. Let's go. Yo. We are done for the night, baby. It's time for a dance party, then I gotta go make some videos. Gotta go make the video kill the radio star. Video kill the radio star. In my mind and in my car, I can't rewind, we've gone too far. Let's go! Let's get it! Time for a little deja vu! Come on, baby, let's go! Oh!
Choices, I got a lot of ways that I can go. I hear a lot of voices, they have a lot to say, but I don't know. certain that I will make it out somehow.
Let's go! Dude, I love to get down, boss. I do. I'm a big fan. Red, red, who's your lover now? Red, red, who's it all about? All right, guys, stay strong, keep it together, show some love, go put a little love out in the world. All right, check in on your friends and neighbors. Make sure everyone's doing all right. Dude, I'm a little out of breath. His eyes are broken in, and I don't feel the same. Red, who's it all about? Red, red, who's it all about? Me, I grew, and I knew. Dude, good song. I knew if I do, I do, and I do anything that you would have said. No, you chose to be red when you could be there. To have a little guitar solo. Come on. Let's go! Yeah, I'm red, I'm red, I'm red. All right, guys. Dude, I'm gonna go. I will see you tomorrow night. And in the meantime, you remember, take care of your head, take care of your friends and family. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out. I'll see you tomorrow night. And in the meantime, stay radiant. Good night.
I just wanna change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't wanna hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. I will never be alone. just want to change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipation.